cruise industry may be heading for choppy waters.
I booked my first ever cruise last night, and I woke up to this. The Hantavirus.
As the Hantavirus outbreak aboard a Canary Islands bound ship has reignited fears of another global pandemic. 3 people on the MV Hondius cruise ship have died. Over a dozen more remain quarantined in the U.S. Online, some vowing they'll never take to the seas again.
I'm never, ever going to experience a cruise ever again. That is nasty.
Every single time I'm thinking, maybe I want to take the kids on a cruise this year. Maybe that's what we'll do. Something happens.
And I will quite literally never step foot on a cruise ship.
The World Health Organization says the Dutch couple who died from the virus was likely exposed to it while traveling in South America before getting on the boat. And the CDC says the risk of a pandemic remains extremely low. But the public outcry comes as the cruise industry is in the middle of what's projected to be a record-breaking year, with 21 million Americans expected to set sail in 2026, according to AAA, the 4th straight year of a boom that started after COVID. And there's surging interest globally, too, with the Cruise Lines International Association reporting nearly 90% of passengers who boarded a cruise in 2025, from veteran cruisers to first-timers, say they'd do it again. But even as questions linger about the rare virus, Stuart Chiron, who founded a travel company specializing in cruises, says he expects the industry to keep growing.
Well, without a doubt, 2026 is going to be a record year for the cruise industry, despite anything that's already gone on.
It's too early to tell if hantavirus fears are hurting cruise sales, but this isn't the first time cruises have seen big outbreaks on board. In 2020, the ocean vessels were some of the first sites of COVID outbreaks, triggering no-sail orders that left cruise travel temporarily docked.
After many days in limbo, 2 cruise ships with people infected with COVID-19 arrived.
Recently, norovirus has hit cruise goers, with more than 100 passengers and crew members falling sick on a Caribbean princess ship last week, days before another outbreak on a French cruise line. Still, the CDC says norovirus outbreaks on cruise ships only account for 1% of all reported outbreaks. Some doctors say the nature of cruises help diseases spread.
The unfortunate magic formula of why a cruise ship has what seems like higher rates of these types of viruses has everything to do with the tight spaces. It is just a high opportunity if somebody has a viral illness to give it to multiple people.
But cruises have ramped up health protocols since the pandemic.
I think it's important to not fear getting on a cruise ship, but to just take precautions like you would in any other setting.
Now cruise lines and passengers are navigating uncharted waters as new health risks emerge.
Valerie is joining us now. So talk us through some of what you're hearing from folks when you talk about the cruise industry, what precautions they're trying to take here.
Yeah, Hallie, so it's really nothing earth-shattering, right? It's a lot of extensive cleaning, a lot of disinfecting. Princess Cruises says after they had some cases, they disinfected every part of the ship. Something interesting, though, that our cruise expert told us is if there are cases of illnesses on a ship, sometimes they will limit areas where there is person-to-person contact. So, for example, say the buffet, instead of allowing people to do self-serve, the crew members might be serving people just to limit that interaction on a ship. But important to note that the CDC says as far as hantavirus is concerned, the risk for travelers is extremely low. Hallie.
All right, Valerie Castro. We can talk about buffets at some other point. Lots of thoughts on that one. Okay, Valerie, thank you very much.
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.